You don't clear. Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's a live studio, but I've heard some voices like we're just talking about issues, talking about power, talking about legal practitioner, talking about what is going on in the country, politically speaking. Well, in this particular discussion, I want to take a look at the possibility of reconciliation before talk about the security situation. Don't forget that some members of the APC, they are groups saying that they're not in tune with the Muslim ticket. But others are saying, look, it's about politics. It's about the betterment of Nigeria as a country. It's about us cutting across religious, cutting across tribal, cutting across ethnicity background to give us the best of the best from the southern region and, of course, the northern region, that we should exclude religion, for this is what is good for Nigeria. Others are saying, look, we have Christians also that could vie for that position of the vice president of the APC. Now we have credible Christians in the north that will be able to fill that position, and that is like a slap on their face. Yeah, or that's on their faces, they are taking action. That is on the APC. Now for the PDP, we have a very strong force that is not too happy about how it all went down during the primaries. Talking about Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, he said that in due course it's going to turn Nigeria, so they transpired. And of course, in the dailies, he said that the presidential candidate of the PDP did not caution his boys or his foot soldiers right now in court while they were busy insulting him, that he just can't take that. But he chooses to be quiet. He doesn't say anything about the party's event because of the love he has for the party. The big question now is the love as thick as it was before the primaries? The possibility of reconciliation, because there are so many aggrieved persons in these two great political parties. With me here in the studio to talk about this, I have a legal practitioner, a human rights activist, political analyst. Join me to welcome Barrister Emmanuel Obakbalo. Barrister, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition. I appreciate your coming.
Good morning, Wilson. Good morning, Nigerians.
All right, we're expecting the likes of Emmanuel Aibogun. If you're able to join us in the studio, fine, we'll have a robust discussion. If not, as they say in broadcasting, the show must definitely go on. When these two political parties made their move, one chose to go to, run with Muslim ticket, while the other was thrown off, according to him, betrayed by his close associate that made him lost the primaries. Did you see any of these things happening? Talking about the quarrels, talking about the fallout in these two great political parties.
Yes, since 1999, we've seen a catalog of disputes in the then major political party we have in Nigeria, that is the People's Democratic Party. We've also seen in the All Nigeria People's Party, as it used to be, and many other political parties. So we do not envisage any difference as it is just now. But for the All Progressive Congress, we have a fierce situation just now because of the candidature of the candidate of the presidential candidate, then also the vice presidential candidate. Nigeria, as it is just now, the political atmosphere of Nigeria, whether any person or persons believe it or not, has been divided on these two grounds: religion and ethnicity. And more particularly, we saw that in 2015 upon the emergence of this regime that we find ourselves. This regime has taught politicians to be mindful of their religion, to be mindful of the ethnic group or nationality they belong to. And that was why when the person of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu emerged as the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, we thought it would be wise, it is wisdomic for him to have picked a northern Christian. But the man told the line of picking a northern Muslim on the argument that in 1993, late Moshood Abiola picked a Muslim, it was a Muslim ticket, wherein he picked the person of Alhaji Babagana Kingibe. And they argued along that line that there is nothing, politics has nothing to do with religion. The same persons who said so have taught us that religion cannot be removed from politics, and that ethnicity, as it concerns Nigeria, cannot be do away with in politics. Now, they forgot that the scenario of 1993 was different with what we have just now. Because as at 1993, Nigerians were still in a state of utopia to see how the country can come out from the military regime as led by General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, who some persons refer to as president, because the man came up with a wonderful style of leadership. As a military head of state, he now had civilians as governors and others, a diarchical system of government, so to speak. Now Nigerians were dreaming of coming out of that. Yeah. So the candidature of the then Social Democratic Party was not an issue. And as at that time, the military was able to sustain Nigeria. Yes, we saw some reflexes, we saw some atom of still ethnicity and religion, as it were. But the military in their style, they were able to balance it, to manage it. Where General Babangida was a Muslim, and for the North, he picked the persons like late Rear Admiral Augustus Aihomo, and also Mike Akibe and others, as with Abacha. So we saw how the military were able to manage the country to the extent that they do their best possible to see how things were balanced, not to arouse the present situation that we have. In 1999, when the military handed over to Dr. Olusegun Aremu Matthew Obasanjo, we saw he brought in an Atiku, who was elected as the governor of Adamawa State in 1999, and he brought him in, and he was penciled into the presidency, and he became the vice president of Nigeria then. Now that continued in that trend. In 2007, the person of Alhaji Umar Yar'Adua came in, and Dr. Ebele Jonathan was penciled to be with him. And when Goodluck eventually took over the mantle of leadership upon the demise of Alhaji Umar Yar'Adua, we saw he penciled in the then governor of Kaduna State, Alhaji Nemadi Sambo, to be his running mate. So, and when he now contested in 2011, we also saw historically that he remained with Alhaji Nemadi Sambo as his running mate until 2015 rather, when we now saw the magical display. Yes, the person of Professor Yemi Osibanjo was drafted along with General Muhammadu Buhari, who is the incumbent president and incumbent vice president as it is just now. But somewhere along the line, with respect to 2023 election, we now saw a lot of abracadabra, wherein they insisted that the running mate to Bola Tinubu must be a Muslim. We saw that from the beginning. We saw it. Telling the northern Christians that you people are not qualified. And that was how the drama started. And today, some persons, aggrieved persons, are now saying, no, we cannot tolerate this. This is not reasonable. And you saw and we see the argument that some of these persons are putting up, making reference to 1993, making reference to wanting to, at all costs, either by crook or by hook, retain political power to see how they can visit more pains that Nigerians are going through just now on Nigerians. So it's a case of using the sting of the scorpion rather than using the whip, a horse whip on Nigerians. So Nigerians,
because so many people are not seeing it the way you are seeing it.
Yes, they are not seeing it.
Because they're talking about let's go beyond religion, let's go beyond, all this bigotry that's tied to, like, how will I put it now, bring us back to the brink, like what you rightly said, is on between Abiola and of course his running mate. You understand? Can that be replicated for power to remain in the southern region?
We'll say it cannot, because just now, Nigerians have been taught, particularly Southerners and Christians in general, have been taught by this regime how to use power. Wherein you see political appointments made by this regime, more sensitive and quote and unquote juicy positions are given to northern Muslims, whom the security situation, wherein some persons assembled themselves under the leadership of General Muhammadu Buhari, attacked Kuje prison and freed their members. And nothing has been done till today. The president vehemently said he will not address the nation. See the emergency on security. Nigerians are being killed by the second. Yet the president is saying, I am not seeing anything wrong with that.
Well, he never said anything wrong with it.
His body language we do understand.
But he never said that.
His body language we do understand. We do not need him to tell us. But we understand the body language. We understand the political arithmetics on the ground. And that's why some of us are looking at it and are calculating along with them. And here we are today. So the president saw, upon the destruction, the attack at Kuje prison, the president saw need to even travel to Liberia. Upon the killings we are witnessing by the second in Nigeria, the president does not see any need to address Nigerians.
He's been addressing Nigerians. He's been doing that.
The president has not. Wilson, you know that.
He's been doing that.
You know that the president has not. And he will not, because he has vehemently by conduct tell us that any of you can go to hell and nothing will happen. See, Nigeria, the way Nigeria is today, the complexity of Nigeria today, is it the same as at 1993? The answer is a capital no. Even the president knows that. His aides, they do know that. So there is no how there can be a comparison between 2022 and 2020 and 1993, because from 2015 to 2019 to today 2022, we have seen that religion cannot be removed from the Nigerian political space. Ethnicity cannot be jettisoned from the Nigerian political space. And that is why we see today people are crying. As in 1993, nobody raised an eyebrow. But today people are raising eyebrows because we are seeing, we are witnessing, we are experiencing, we are being visited with harsh policies from this regime. I choose not to call it administration because it is no longer an administration, but a regime.
But it is an administration.
No, it is not an administration. It is a regime because it is only a regime or an emperor in an empire that can act the way our president just now is acting. So Nigerians are in pains, and that is why there is a cry out that look, you cannot do this and force it on us and begin to tell us that we must take it hook, line and sinker. The era of taking it hook, line and sinker is over. So people want their freedom. People want their religion. The people want representation. We know the office of the vice president is just a mere political, mere political adjective, so to speak, or appendage as it stands. But then we want to be represented. That is the position just now. So that's why you see that so many persons, aggrieved persons, are saying, okay, since you people say this political party belongs to a particular religion, we are leaving it for you. Take the political party, take your religion, then we will look for space somewhere, because we do need our freedom. Man, by nature, is a free moral agent. So they have the right to say we are aggrieved. They have the right to say we are leaving. They have the right to say we are going forward. They have the right to say we are going to patch with a particular political party. So we hope to see a lot and many defection. We have not started.
All right,
it has not started.
Hold on, because now the National Working Committee of the APC are talking about reconciliation. Are you saying that it is too late for reconciliation? No, if you look at this, it's all about politics and, of course, interest. After all, when 2 or 3 politicians are gathered, interest must be present.
I don't know the kind of gimmick. I don't know the kind of drama. I do not know the kind of deception that will be put on the table to dissuade the aggrieved persons who have taken steps to see how they will leave the party on the ground that somebody want to reconcile the aggrieved parties. Except and unless the aggrieved persons don't know their rights. If they do know their rights, I don't think there is any amount of reconciliation that will rescue the All Progressive Congress just now. Because the damage has been done. How do you amend the damage now? This very damage that has been done cannot be amended, Wilson. So if the persons who are aggrieved and I say, oh, let us reconcile to see how things can be settled, let us reconcile to see how this party will go forward, then they are also deceiving their people. And let me tell you, the 2023 general election will be about the people this time.
Right.
It is no longer going to be about political party.
All right, now some of the people know that, look, if everyone that have been aggrieved should stick to their guns, that they are going to leave APC because of the Muslim ticket, that's why they coming to APC, which is the fact. They are saying that the southern region may just the opportunity of cleansing that converted seat of Mr. President. He may go elsewhere. What do you feel about this?
Whether he goes elsewhere or not, for me just now, that is not the concern of the All Progressive Congress. They should stop deceiving Nigerians. They should stop telling us stories that are not feasible. They should not stop telling us stories, putting up arguments that cannot hold water. It is not their concern whether it will go elsewhere or not go elsewhere. Their intent, their intention, their concern, and that was one of the reasons they gave to us, that the reason why it must be a Muslim ticket is because they want to retain political power at all costs, either by crook or by hook. That was what they told us. They told us that in the northern part of Nigeria, if you don't pick a Muslim from the north, that the Christians' vote don't count. That the vote of the minority tribes in the north does not count. So if you are not telling me that the vote of Christians don't count, and it is only the vote of Muslims that count, then go ahead. Then it is not your concern if I, a Christian, chooses to go to another political party where I think I'll be given recognition, where I think I will be represented. It is not your concern. So it is not in their mouths to begin to tell Nigerians that, look, if you don't do it like this, southern part of Nigeria, if you don't follow like this, if you don't go this way, this modus operandi that we've just brought out now, if you don't follow it, it will go to so place after 2023 or before 2023 or at 2023. It is not in their position to say so. They have taken their own position that it must be Muslim ticket for them to retain power. We are saying we also want to go to somewhere where we will be represented, a place that we have a say. I don't know the kind of gimmicks they are playing just now. I don't know the kind of deception formula they think they can put up that will hold water. So many waters have already gone under the bridge, and we see. We saw when Shetima emerged, we saw the jubilation in the north. We saw some persons who are beginning to tell us, yes, we told you people that we can do it. We saw their body language. We heard their utterances. So why now are they not saying that they want to form a committee to go and reconcile who?
Are you not saying that there's no chance of reconciliation? Because whether they're saying that we have to come together as a veritable team to channel or charter a course when we talk about the 2023 election, that's what they're saying right now.
We say political party is like a marriage, husband and wife. The political party itself is the husband. The members of the political party are the wife in the marriage. Now that the political party is saying that we don't want a particular group of people because they are Christians, we don't want a particular group of people because they don't belong to this ethnic group, go your way. And the people apply to court for a divorce, and the divorce has been granted by the court. Which marriage are they talking about again? Already it is clear that it is a strange, the marriage in APC, the party members, the leadership of the party, ab initio was a marriage of strange bedfellows. That APC belonged to a particular religion.
Well, they didn't say that.
Don't say.
They never said that.
APC belonged to a particular group.
Said that. I wouldn't want to misinform the public right now.
I am not misinforming the public.
Particular religion or ethnicity. So let's be guarded, please. It belongs to Nigerians. It belongs to Nigerians, and they want to do what they want to do.
Is that why they say that it must be Muslim ticket to retain power at all costs? That the only way you can retain power, it must be Muslim ticket? So you can. It is what they say we are using against them. We are bringing forth what they told us. We do not form what we are saying. So if these persons, the party members of the All Progressive Congress, who are now saying, no, for this thing that you have done, you have told us that we don't have a say. You have told us that we cannot have a better representation. For this reason or reasons, we are leaving the party. And the people are now going to somewhere and are now telling people, see what they did to us. And you are saying it is not true, that they didn't say so. What language again do we want them to use? What body conduct do we want them to use? What style do we want them to operate? Already, they have done what they arranged to do. Good and fine. The other party members are saying, okay, if this is the step you are taking, we also have right to take our own step. Or do they not have right to take step? They do. So the persons are not saying, then you are now coming to say, oh, come, let us reconcile you. It's a national political party. It's a party for all religion. It's a party for all tribe. It's a party for all ethnic group. How? When in the first place, you have told us that it must be this ethnic group, it must be this religion, and you have chosen so. So, the truth remains, we'll say, whether anybody believes it or not, this present regime has shown Nigerians that, look, this regime, one, belongs to a particular religion, two, belongs to a particular ethnic group.
They never said that. They never said that. So please, we don't want to. They never said that. It's not good for us to assume, because right now you're assuming. They didn't say that.
Am I assuming?
You have people of other tribes in the party, you have people of other religion in the party. Don't forget that. So when you say belongs to this, you're generalizing, which is not correct.
The presidential ticket is who and who? You just told me that the presidential ticket is Muslim ticket.
Okay, now hold on now.
And
who are the ones that voted? People that voted during the primaries, do they belong to only one religion?
Those that voted for the primaries.
Yes, in the primaries. Do they belong to only one religion?
Good.
Do they belong to only one ethnic group?
Good.
Don't forget about that.
I like your question. Those that voted may not belong to one religion.
Okay.
Those that voted may not belong to one ethnic group. But after the voting, after the votes have been cast, and a particular religion man emerged as the presidential candidate for fairness, for justice, who are they supposed to pick as his running mate? But the man has come out to tell you that I am made to understand that the only way for me to win as the flag bearer of the All Progressive Congress, I must pick a Muslim. Did those who vote also voted for the vice presidential candidate? Did they?
Okay. Now let's take a look at our state, for instance. The governor is a Christian. The deputy is a Christian. Did you see the Muslim parading and shouting about it?
The governor is a Christian.
Go to Delta State. The governor is a Christian.
Yes.
The deputy is a Christian. Did you see the Muslims saying, no, Delta State will not move forward, Delta State will not move forward? Is that what you're saying right now?
Go to Kaduna.
This is not possible.
Go to Kaduna State. The governor is a Muslim. The deputy is a Muslim. Go to Kano State. The governor is a Muslim. The deputy is a Muslim. Go to which other state? Go to Sokoto State. The governor is a Muslim. Go to Kebbi State. So when you begin to talk of,
And these states are moving well. These are Christian tickets, Muslim tickets, so are they not moving well?
Wilson is not moving where we are talking about now.
Okay, happy now. Hold on.
Now, just now.
Barrister, hold on. Don't they have people of other religion also in this state we've mentioned? Are they not there? People of other religion, are they not there?
The other religion I mentioned, are they not people of other religion from the states that I mentioned? We even saw the governor of Kaduna State removing the Christian and saying it must be a Muslim. So he started it. It was a litmus test. So he tested it and he's now telling everyone, look, this can work. And that's why. Remember, the president of Nigeria is not the president of a particular state. He is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The vice president of Nigeria is not the vice president of a particular state. Is the vice president of Nigeria. The governor of Edo State is not the governor of Nigeria. Is the governor of Edo State. The deputy governor of Edo State is not the deputy governor of Nigeria. Is the deputy governor of Edo State.
Are you not saying that the state is there from the nation? Is that what you're saying right now?
The state is an integral part
of the nation. Okay.
Then, for fairness and justice, the president and the vice president should go to the two major religious groups. And not a situation where you want to heighten quarrel. You want to make issues out of nothing. If, for instance, Ahmed Bola Tinubu picked a Christian as his running mate, we will be talking about Muslim ticket. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar picked who as his running mate? He picked it for fairness. He picked him for justice. Why is this other, the All Progressive Congress, is now saying, no, we will not embrace fairness. We will not embrace justice. This is how we want it. Okay, if that is how you want it, we are also saying we will go do how we also want it. The aggrieved parties are saying, we want to do it how we also want it. Now that they've chosen to go, why are you begging them with reconciliation? If you know that it is not important to be fair, if you know that it is not important to be just, why the reconciliation?
Okay, now if you take a look at the Labour Party, you have a Christian Muslim, and of course the PDP Muslim Christian.
Yeah.
Must the APC do what they did? Don't think it's time for us to try a new thing as long as Nigeria moves forward. We're talking about
that is why
movement.
That is why the people are saying
beyond religion.
You have taken a step of making a particular religion as the religion of the party. We also want to go somewhere, take steps to test our right and freedom somewhere. Is that wrong? Why are you not putting reconciliation as a must? We saw the other day somebody went and assembled bishops because he wants to unveil his deputy or his vice. Just to unveil your vice. I don't even know what they meant by unveiling, because I know that it is not a football club. The All Progressive Congress is not a football club. Or are they telling us that the All Progressive Congress is not a football club or a sports agency that you want to unveil?
But reconciliation is paramount in political parties.
Listen, you will see.
They may disagree to agree or agree to disagree, but finally there must be a landing platform for everybody to come together on the round table to make sure that the party move forward.
I am not a member of the All Progressive Congress. And I cannot be a member of the All Progressive Congress. Take it or leave it. Now, the members of All Progressive Congress are the ones who are aggrieved. And they are the ones who are saying, since you told this direction, I am also taking the other direction. And you are not trying to lure them. You are not stretching the bait of reconciliation so that you can get them to say remain. Must they remain? If it is a must for a Muslim ticket, why must it be a must also for reconciliation? Why do they like the language must? It must be this, it must be that. No. That is why I told you from the outset that it is a regime. It is only a regime that will be using the word must. If it is a must for a Muslim ticket, it cannot be a must for aggrieved persons to be reconciled. Reconciliation on what ground? To reconcile who? However, it is the duty, choice of the aggrieved parties, of members of the All Progressive Congress, to allow them to be lured in with the doctrine of reconciliation. If they allow themselves, good for them. But mind you, they will come back to their various constituency and senatorial districts to meet their people. Their people are waiting for them. So that is why I told you from the outset that look, it is just for fairness. It is expedient. It is pertinent. It is paramount for the All Progressive Congress to have picked the presidential candidate to have picked his running mate from another religion.
All right. Anyway, let's see how the reconciliation panel will go, because right now missionaries are in top gear. They're in place to make sure that aggrieved party members are, placated where they can come back to the party to make the party have the strength, the vigor to really go out there, come 2023 election, to make sure they come out tops. Let's see how the reconciliation will go. It's all about reconciliation. We've talked about the APC right now. Let's dive into what is happening in the PDP, where the governor of Rivers State, in some week, is like saying, look, Nigerians, when time is ripe, when the time is ripe, I'm going to tell you what went down in the party during the primaries. Yes, they are still aggrieved, members of the PDP, and of course Okowa, the governor of Delta State, which is who is the running mate to Atiku Abubakar, like saying that they have to go into this election as a single unit. Reconciliation again. You've spoken more about the APC. Now what about the PDP? Aggrieved members of the PDP. Take it up from there.
The problem in the All Progressive Congress,
what about the PDP right now?
Yes, is the problem just now.
Yes.
In the People's Democratic Party is little less the problem in the All Progressive Congress.
How?
We are made to understand that the two major political parties in Nigeria just now are the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party. And the People's Democratic Party
But
is known as...
don't forget about the movement also. They say
I am coming with
they have the obedience.
I am laying a foundation.
Okay.
I'm laying a foundation.
Okay.
Now, before now, immediately the People's Democratic Party lost the presidential seat in 2015. Even before then, we saw a crusade of defectors. People left the People's Democratic Party and clinched with the All Progressive Congress, for the reason that at a point we saw impunity in the rulership of the People's Democratic Party, wherein in our local parlance we say share the money. Nigerians became tired of the principle of sharing the money, and times we are now biting harder on Nigerians. And the All Progressive Congress came with their so-called motto then, change. And many persons were deceived into that motto of change. Little did we know that that vehicle of change does not have engine, that vehicle of change does not have tires, that vehicle of change does not have driver. Little did we know. And they were embraced. Because of the impunity in People's Democratic Party, the leadership, where one man will just sit down in the confines of his bedroom and said, so person will be the party bearer in what do you call it now, the local government, what do you call it, I remember. So person will be the House of Rep, so person will go to the Senate, so person in the House of Assembly, so person will go become the governor, the councillor. Yes, we saw people doing that in the People's Democratic Party. That was the order of the day. And people became fed up. And I said, we needed something new. And that was how the All Progressive Congress emerged. The same principle continued to play in and play out in the People's Democratic Party. The PDP has not learned its lessons. I must be sincere to you and to them. They have not learned their lessons. One man, when election is getting close, Atiku Abubakar will fly from wherever he is. He will come and contest. Immediately after the election, he goes back to his vomit like the dog.
Now, hold on.
Listen.
Watch the way you paint your words, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I want to do such colorations, please.
Okay. Right. Now, the person of Governor Nyesom Wike has been the pillar, the springboard of People's Democratic Party. Wherein the man and a few others were able to sustain the party when the party lost in 2015 general election, particularly the seat at Aso Rock, or in Aso Rock rather.
Yeah.
The man and others were able to keep the party. In 2019, his friend, his colleague, the governor of Sokoto State, the person of Tambuwa, contested, and we read on papers, and information making the rounds then was that Wike supported him and ensured that morally and otherwise he should emerge as the party flag bearer. But somewhere along the line, the table was turned. Now, we do not know the agreement between Wike and Tambuwa. We do not know that. We are not privy to that agreement until the just concluded primaries of the People's Democratic Party, where Wike began to shout out that he was betrayed. Betrayed by who? We do not know. Now, according to him, he is not telling Nigerians that at the appropriate time he is going to say something. We don't know what he has to say. But to my mind is that politicians, Nigerian politicians, remain the same. Whether it's politician A or politician B or party A or party B, they remain the same. And the way politician A will treat his people, when politician B comes, he treats more harder than the previous one. That is what we have witnessed in Nigeria since 1999. And that's why somebody like me, I am not interested in what Governor Nyesom Wike has to tell us. Because as at the time they went to their secret of secrets to make agreements, we were not privy to it. And they didn't tell us. If things had gone his way, the way he's claiming now, would he come out to tell Nigerians that at the appropriate time I have something to tell you? The answer will be a no. So an average Nigerian politician remains the way he is. They are like the leopard, that no matter the rain or the sun that shines on them, can never change its color. And that is why you see they are less concerned about the plight of the people. And today Nigerians are visited with so many harsh policies.
Are you not saying that the scope now between Wike and the party, or Wike and Atiku, so to speak, right now is not going to hold sway, it's not going to have any impact in the outcome of the election? Is that what you're saying?
Wike is an individual. And Wike has only one vote. True or false, Wilson? The answer is a true. He has just one vote. If Wike chooses to vote that day and gives his vote to Atiku, good for him. If he chooses to vote that day and gives his vote to someone else, good for him. But he has just one vote. Perhaps he has followers, ardent followers. If he can convince or confuse, or convince and confuse his followers to vote for his own candidate, good for him. But coming out just now to say, I want to tell Nigerians something, what you have been concealing or what they all considered in their secret, for me, it is of no impact just now, and it is of no moment for me. Because Nigerians, none of them have the concern of Nigerians. Today, we are made to understand $1 is 718 naira. How many of these politicians have cried out? The governors, how many of them have cried out, oh, my people are in pain. These principles, these policies, no. Instead, the governors themselves, they visit harsh policies.
All right.
On the people.
Now, apart from Wike, there is a Dogara, there is an Autumn. Autumn is the governors of Benue State that share the same views and opinion as Wike. They are saying that, look, if we want to go by the timetable, the North have had their own fair share. It is not right for PDP, according to them, though is on rating, to break the agreement of zoning. And they said they're not in tune with it. They think this may affect the outcome.
The question, the Jamaican question is, who headed the committee that came up with the principle of throwing it open? Who headed it? Who headed the People's Democratic Party committee? It is the same Governor Samuel Autumn. He headed it. And his own brother in his backyard is the chairman of the People's Democratic Party. Why did he not stand his ground to say, no, it must be that power should go to the south? Why did Autumn not stand his ground?
But that's what he's doing right now. He's saying
The damage was caused by Autumn. Autumn is a part to it.
Because
he was the chairman.
Is not in tune with it.
No, we see. Let us get this right. He was the chairman of the committee, the panel, that came up that the ticket of the party has been thrown open. We did not hear him say, in fact, I heard it from him when he was addressing party members that it has been thrown open. He made that announcement. Why did he not say, this is my position? My position is that it must go to the south.
As a chairman, does he have the right to make his position known? Because he's just to coordinate.
Does he not have the right to make his own personal opinion?
For credit, like as a chairman of a committee, you have to sit on your own opinion, let the committee work. No, that is the rule.
Well, if the members of the committee overrides his vote, are you getting me what I'm saying? You say the members of the committee did this.
Yes.
But this is my own position. Not that the damage has been done. And as we speak, they told us that if a northerner emerges as a presidential flag bearer, that the seat of the party chairman will automatically go to the south. Is that the position just now? So somebody that is talking from both sides of his mouth, I cannot be deceived by that kind of person.
But immediately after the outcome, Autumn cried out and said, look, this is not what they envisaged.
You don't cry over...
Dogara also made the same comment, and these are heavy weights in the PDP.
You don't cry...
Are you going to undermine their own opinions on this particular issue? Say that, look, power should go back to the south, not what happened in the primaries. That's what they're talking about right now.
That is just not possible just now. The same PDP have tendered, they have submitted their flag bearers. The PDP have done it. You cannot cry over split milk. The milk in the People's Democratic Party has been split. And we are seeing it on the floor. So for Autumn to now wanting to deceive Southerners.
No, to him, he's not deceiving anybody. He's speaking his mind.
He is Wilson.
He's speaking his mind.
Speaking his mind when and how and where. Autumn is crying from both sides of his mouth. And that is what I don't like about him. However, it is not a personal issue. He was opportuned to change the narrative. And he never used that opportunity to so do. And now he's crying, telling who? His listeners that, look, my position as at when I was the chairman of the committee was that power must go to the south. That my position as at when I was the chairman of the committee, should a northerner emerge, the party chairman will automatically go back to the south. Is that what Autumn is telling us? And if that is what he is telling us, is that the position just now? Who are the persons who misled him? Or who are the persons he misled? So, Autumn, for me, he's just playing the manifestation of the average Nigerian politician. Where if they have done damage, the same persons who have done damage to the people will now cry out, wanting to deceive the people. They will not be talking from both sides of their mouth. And that is what Autumn is just doing just now. So, to my mind, I think Governor Samuel Autumn should just be silent. Just as Wike has choosing to be silent.
You said he should just be silent.
Yes, he should be silent.
Of course, he's a governor and he has the right to say what he wants to say. He has to talk about the politics.
He has nothing to tell Nigerians, particularly members of the People's Democratic Party. He has nothing to tell them. He should just keep silent. And perhaps wait until the appropriate time, just like Governor Yoson Wike. Because these men are always, they have always told us, I have something I will tell Nigerians. But we see you will never hear that. By the time juicy positions begin to go to them, by the time they begin to get what they want, by the time they begin to benefit from the same system they destroyed, you will never hear anything from them. To my mind, is a mere deception. So he should be silent He has done the damage. He should be silent. The same governor who cannot secure his state, yet he takes security vote every month. The same governors who cannot guarantee security of life and property in his state. The same governor who cannot do it. You see total failure of the average Nigerian politician. It's not just particular to one political party. It's just not particular to one particular ethnic group. It's just not particular to one particular religion. We have seen a conspiracy, a gang up by the average Nigerian politicians against Nigerians. And that is the situation now. And Nigerians are now more confused than they were in 1999. Nigerians have been visited with more penury than it was in 1999. So, those who came with the vehicle, those who drove the vehicle of change without engine and tires, without driver, we have come to see them now. Those who piloted the affairs of the country from 1999 to 2015, who told us all manner of stories, we have seen them and we have also marked them.
All right. Now, some top members also of the PDP, they are still complaining about this, though the primaries have come and gone. They are still saying that what transpired in the primaries is not what they can swallow, and they're making plans to leave the PDP. I've heard of in some states that they come from PDP to other parties. They are saying that there should be rotation. That is agitation. Because right now, according to them, you have a northern president that voted for 8 years, and now you say that the PDP is going to present another northern president. That is, if it happened that he should win, that will not all go well for the entity called Nigeria. Those factors in the PDP, do you think they should be overlooked?
Wilson, the delegates that voted at the convention of the People's Democratic Party, were they members of People's Democratic Party? Were some of them Southerners? Who picked those delegates? The delegates who voted for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, were some of them not Southerners? Who is deceiving who here? The same persons who went to the convention, collected some dollars, and cast their vote for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and the same persons who are coming to tell you and me now that no, power must rotate back to the south. Why are they speaking from both sides of the mouth?
Take the money, vote your conscience, speak your mind.
They have voted for their conscience. They took money, and their conscience was to vote for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and they don't just that. They should stop deceiving us. They should stop shouting. They should stop talking from both sides of their mouth. You know, even the delegates from Delta State here, neighboring Delta State here, voted for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Did you see them vote for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar?
Wilson,
were you there?
We have the records.
Who gave you the records?
Forget it.
You have the records.
We have the records. In consonance with the votes cast at the convention, we were able to know some strange beings. All the governors who went with their delegates to that convention, they had their interests. And you know, the average Southerner has this lifestyle. If it is not me, it must not be any other person. Unlike in the north, where they will tell you the principle of in the local palace, namu namune, our own is our own. That is what they say in the north.
Namu namune.
Yes, namu namune. Our own is our own. But over here, it is egocentrism. If it is not me, it must not be another person. And they went and they've done the damage to themselves. They collected money, they cast their vote, they voted for the candidate of their choice. The same persons are now turning around to come and tell the people, no, it must be rotate. Rotate to where? How is that possible just now? So when you look at the average Nigerian politician, I maintain my stand, is that all they know is self. 3-point agenda. Me, myself, and I. Me, my wife, and children. That is what, particularly the Southerners. So it is all the game of interest. And they have gotten the result of the interest. I think they should be silent. And let's make do with what they have given to the people and see how things will go.
All right, if you just joined us, this is TMI. It's like I'm having a one-on-one with Barrister Emmanuel Obakolo. Yes, there would have been a Barrister Alao Amin. He just sent me a message this morning saying that due to health ground, he just couldn't make it, that he cannot make it to the studio. Where Mother Girl said the car just suddenly break down. Yeah. I mean, some things do happen, but it's all about reconciliation. In these great parties, don't forget the 8 pieces must still give about the Muslim ticket, while in the PDP they're talking about rotation, and of course the outcome of the primaries didn't really go down with them. You have the likes of Wike, the likes of Autumn, Dogara, just to mention a few of them, saying no, we don't like the way things are going right now, and this was occasioned due to the outcome of the fallout of the primaries. I mean, these two political parties, they have issues, but for what Barrister Emmanuel Obakolo just said, they said the issue in the APC is like, a mountain compared to that of the PDP. And reconciliation, according to him, may not be that possible in the APC, according to his own analysis, but for the PDP, they might just be a reconciliation, because these individuals in the PDP, they just have a single vote. But don't forget also their influence and the states they govern. You just can't undermine that. Let's see how all this will pan out. If eventually the reconciliation in this party, what do you think will become of the election come 2023? Anyway, we'll go on a break. We'll return. It is all about security issues. Don't go away. We'll be right back. So this edition of This Morning on ITV will continue after this break. Don't go away.